This is the Wow Show. Women on Women. I'm Shazmin Shamsuddin.
I'm Joanne Campbell.
And I'm Ning Zura.
And I saw something posted by someone on Facebook the other day, and it actually made me think about it.
Triggered you?
It triggered me in a few ways, a few different ways. And the question that was posted was essentially, why aren't marriages lasting as long as our grandparents' generation?
Ayo, banyaknya.
That's something I want to discuss.
Zaman ni lah, social media kot.
Because during zaman dulu tak ada Tinder, tak ada Bumble,
tak ada paparazzi. Siapa tu?
Ding
Kacau
dong.
je.
It's a man. It's a man.
It's a man.
Coming
Is it
in.
Magic Mike.
Tak, anak aku lah.
Alah, tak apa,
Go
tak
to
apa.
the bedroom,
Sama-sama.
sayang. Because mommy needs to do last
Is
one.
your daughter?
Yeah,
First
my
time?
daughter.
No.
Alright. Sama
Hi,
tak?
Jade. Okay, so it's not a man.
It's the product from a man.
Okay.
Okay, jom.
Sorry for that brief interruption.
Yes, tak apa,
We
tak
should
That
keep
was-
it in.
Yeah, we're keeping it in. That was actually Joanne's daughter who popped by.
Yes.
Okay.
Her name.
All right. So it wasn't a man. Never mind. Because
It's all because of men. Semua
Selalu.
Yeah, semua salah lelaki.
no, but if you think deeply about it, it's true, right? I mean, more than I guess half lah. Let's be
Not my
conservative
parents.
in these things. Half of marriages do end in divorce. Whether
Correct.
it's a Western statistic or a Malaysian one, it's on the rise.
I was praying for my parents to get divorced because they never got along. Ever since I was 5, they've been sleeping in separate bedroom.
Oh, I
When my friend bring me to her parents' her house and said, "This is where my father sleep." I say, "Okay, so where's your mother?" She said, "Together lah." Why?
Oh, so
you
your
didn't
concept of
understand that
understanding.
I
dynamic.
didn't understand that until later on. And I think there was a point in their life that they wanted to get the divorce, but tak cukup duit. Macam mana?
I punya lagi best. Bapa I kahwin 3.
Wah, dia ada duit lah.
Tak juga. dia
Aren't
orang
you sup-
kerajaan sahaja.
But aren't you supposed to provide for the first wife?
Yes, that's the thing
and
for
second
Muslim.
wife? Kan?
Muslim men, as long as ada quota, my father is handsome lah kan. Tapi dia gatal lah, So he just wanted he collected the first wife's club. So we were all staying in one house.
Wow, how did that
I
work?
don't know. My mother survived
But your
it
mother?
for 26 years.
What's the first wife ke apa? Second.
She was strict into kahwin. Lepas tu
She was straight into kahwin. I love how
maksudnya,
you
dia
say that.
kahwin sebab she was a Serani girl.
Okay.
Catholic,
Okay.
converted. Lepas tu, my dad, bless him, he rest in peace lah, alhamdulillah. He dumped my mom into
Okay.
the first wife's house, and I had 2 stepsisters.
How did the first wife take it? What she?
It was hard. I mean, I always remember.
No.
I think my mother, that's why I think the blessing is that
Yeah.
I'm taking care of her now and
Kan.
of her being my mom and whatever that she's given to me.
Betul.
Cikgu punya gaji that time was like what, RM700?
Betul.
Okay, and then the my ibu, which is we call her ibu, first wife, she also passed away.
Were you
and
close though?
very close? Yeah, I was
To
very close
the
to her.
first wife.
Yeah, and all the children, we were all in one house.
Oh my goodness! So
There was like 10 orang kat dalam
So
rumah
all of a
kecil tu.
sudden you just
Had all these
inherit
siblings.
another like mother
Yeah,
and then all the siblings.
And because my father was too busy working, I only see him once a year, macam tu. So my mom was taking care of everybody, sending them
Oh
to
my
school,
goodness.
sending them to
Okay. So
it
he
was
had how
hard.
many wives? 3.
3.
You thought it would stop at
Wait,
no.
Chop. The third one also came and lived.
No, the third one memang tak ngam dengan the
ngam
first and
lah.
second
Okay,
lah, my mom
right.
and my
Why
stepmother.
Why
Sebab my father didn't get the proper signature. Dia pergi tipu forge my mom's
Oh my
signature.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so the thing is because I'm Chinese, right? So I have to ask the
Yeah.
Muslim is
You have
like,
to, yeah.
you have to
that
get
time lah.
oh,
You kena dapat permission.
Now also kena kan?
Tak tahulah how my father managed to like really did the P. Ramlee style, the Tiga Abdul whatever.
Well, we've got 2 examples of
so
How do you
marriages
believe it,
not
man?
working.
How do you believe it,
My parents, had a very long and happy marriage. Alhamdulillah. Unfortunately, I didn't, but that's also alhamdulillah because it wasn't meant to be, and I got out when I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything, there's blessings in everything lah.
But because of that, I didn't want to go out with any Melayu men. I was detrimental.
Really?
Yeah, never did.
Okay.
I was just scared because I tengok
Ya,
ada
dia
orang
makan
Melayu.
international buffet lah tu. Bukan
I
makanan lokal.
I suka KFC. The Chinese boys yang macam yang
KFC?
I suka.
Is KFC Chinese?
This is the first time hearing
For
about
me,
it.
I don't know because at that time because I'm
Okay.
like, so cute the mata. So I was afraid of going out with any
There is
Melayu.
one for everyone because I
Yes.
will not touch the KFC.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Okay, but coming
was
back to that
scared.
questions, why do you think marriages today are not as long lasting?
Because last time no choice.
We have to put up with all
Yeah,
this, is it?
last time like,
Buat anak lah sampai 10.
dah isteri nombor 2. Ada anak. Okay, campak je isteri nombor 1. But now people are smarter.
Go on, elaborate.
I have friends, okay, who are 20 something or even 30.
Yeah.
They get married. And they're both like social media influencers or
Wow.
they do entertainment
busy.
singer ke, one of them ex-miss whatever ke, 2 years. After 2 years, they like tak boleh
Habis.
dah.
Already?
They go part their.
So got children
So,
or not?
no children, thank goodness. I think number one was before, okay, because of the kids, you have no choice.
Yeah.
You stay for the kids, you're like, okay lah.
Correct.
I
That's
got the
why my
child,
mother
I got the
stayed
child, I will stay. Because last time, if you look at women 40 years ago, 50, actually more than that, 50, 60 years, there's some
Yeah.
parents say, there is no choice. If the husband doesn't take care of you, it's okay. Even though you
just have to
kerja,
hang on lah,
you
yeah.
kerja as teacher ke apa,
Yeah, my mother
your
was taking
money,
care of for
your
everybody.
money, the money wasn't enough
Yeah.
for you to go away. I know my mom wanted a divorce, my dad wanted a divorce, but in the end, after 6 months, moving away, and I had to come back because he couldn't pay for the divorce.
Oh,
He was like, I have no money to give you all
Yeah.
Yeah.
over there. So if you might as well just come
Yeah.
here and just like, it's too expensive
Yeah.
for divorce.
I think dulu mungkin tak ada macam paparazzi ke apa ke.
Tak lah, tak ada.
What I mean is like telefon besar-besar je macam tu je. Either you can buy a Nokia or not. And during our time, it was public phone mah.
Correct, correct.
Kan? But my mother, I always knew that I wanted her to get a divorce when I was 9.
Kan? You were
When I
9.
was
and you
9.
wanted. I was like, please, you all are fighting every day.
Yeah.
Just get
so my
a
vision
divorce.
was to work.
Yeah.
At 12, I told her again. I said, Ma, why
You
you
nak
staying?
kerja.
Yeah. So at 16, first pay which I got, I performed at Penjara Kajang. RM500 tu. And it was like every month 500 tu banyak juga kan.
okay.
Satu lagu RM100 je.
Tak apa. Sekarang different.
Okay.
I collected as much as I could within a year. Sebelum I finished SPM, I took her out.
That's the thing, right?
But my father disowned me lah.
Yeah, financial
financial-
independence
Yes.
gives you a lot of
And
mobility.
I think a lot
yeah?
of women at that time don't have that.
Yeah, and
I
They
don't
have-
know where, so I found
Yeah.
that courage because I just said, enough is enough, Ma.
Yeah.
You are doing it so much. It's like
Yeah,
26
yeah.
years. Come on. She goes, no, cannot. So you know what? I pergi pandai-pandai, pergi rent the place. Dekat lah, Kajang, Sungai Jeluk, dekat je.
Right.
Aku dah bayar semua. I cakap, we're going. I pack your bags, tak banyak pun.
But,
Bag
but at
kecil.
least she had you.
Yeah,
kan?
Yeah.
But a lot of women don't have that pillars. And these are all
Yeah, because
pillars.
I saw her suffering,
Kan?
right? She was
And-
not happy.
And in older days, they will
Yeah.
suffer
Yeah.
for themselves. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not like right now.
she put up with it. That's the
right
thing.
now, like
Yeah.
you see the 20-something, 30-something,
Walk
after
away.
After 3 years or 2 years,
If
I
not
walk
happy,
away.
Ah,
I will walk.
buka
I'm
tudung.
strong, independent. Aku buka
Atau yang tudung pakai tudung.
Aku
Dia tak
jalan.
boleh.
Aku jalan.
Okay.
Now women can jalan.
Yeah, well, I think
We're
education and financial
Yeah.
independence
Yes,
allows
financial
us
independence.
all of that. But do you think that perhaps, in this modern world, gender identities have flipped a little bit on its head. There are more masculine women
Yeah.
and more
Of course.
feminine men, and that is also a contributor to marriages not lasting and
Yeah.
people's expectations.
If
of their
you
roles.
feel that whoever your
Better
partner
half or other half.
is
yeah.
not pulling in the strength of
ego kan?
of
Yeah.
the whole relationship,
Yeah.
there are choices for women to like, okay, let's separate. You go and get a job. You
Yeah.
get a job first. After 6 months, you come back.
But for me, I never believed in marriage.
Hmm.
Because
Oh.
looking at I didn't want to get married. I was just like, ha ha, hu ha ya. Sampai aku 30, suddenly I feel like, asal ni sakit sini, sakit situ, hormones going haywire. And I really wanted to get married to anybody at that time, 30.
Right.
And my doctor said, why?
It's hormones.
It's hormones. So I took my time.
Okay.
And then keluar dengan semua yang bangsa-bangsa dan lain-lain dan
Yeah, yeah.
Chinese, my taste.
KFC.
KFC.
What does it
Tiba-tiba
stand
dapat
for?
tiba-tiba
I
dapat
don't
burger
know,
king.
but I'm using
know.
that term now in all my comedy shows. KFC.
KFC.
And if you look at the KFC, dulu
Tak
kan
ada kena-
besar,
Yeah.
very American size. Sekarang,
Dulu kita dating dekat KFC, Mary Brown.
But now,
that's what I mean.
the KFC size has become
Like a
Chinese
Didnt
size.
King.
Has become Chinese size.
Suddenly I get a Burger King.
Kan?
You know?
Then jadi
Terus,
makanlah burger.
Tukar taste dah.
At least, okay, you found your love later on, right? You got out of your love.
Yeah.
What was the breaking point for you?
Well, okay, it was a slow burn for 17 years, but basically, essentially, the gender roles flipped.
But you
I
put
was
up
the
with
dude. I was
it.
the dad in the family. I was the money
Wearing
maker.
the
I
pants.
would bring back the bacon.
Penat
God
tau.
knows, it's penat. And
Because not only you have to take care of your children
yeah.
and your needs,
But how long did
Yeah.
you take?
dan
to
sekali
realise
dia pun.
You
Well,
waited for the right
I don't want
moment.
to bitch and moan about it, lah, because
No,
it's
but-
for me water under the bridge. But the thing is, when you put up with a lot of dashed
That's-
hopes, disappointments, resentment, anger, you make yourself sick. And essentially, that's what happened. I got sick. I had
got sick.
cancer.
Yeah, you got too
and
comfortable.
something had to give, and I just
Yeah.
decided enough, lah. And I
Okay,
stayed.
you
And
got
I
the nerve.
stayed, even though
Yeah.
I was financially independent and everything. I stayed because of the
The
kids.
kids.
But you know what?
Exactly, it's children.
Like you both, as
Yeah.
young children, thinking and hoping,
Please,
I wish
I
my parents
knew
were
just
already.
get
divorced.
a divorce.
I
You
had
know
a
what?
dual
I'm pretty
stepsister.
sure
Penat.
my two
Yeah.
felt the same way.
Yeah.
And here I was
But they
thinking the
didn't
best
say
thing to do
anything
was
to
to
you.
stick around.
Right.
I think right now children are more mature than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
They've exposed themselves in this world a little bit
Yeah.
better than how, because last
Of
time
course,
it's like
just
what
a Google or a meme away.
It's always like what before I remember is whatever the parents say, that's the law.
Ikut,
But now
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
because now it's like no,
Dia
this
akan
is
usaha
not.
show us.
She's like, no, sorry, you
Google
were
says-
wrong. Google says
Yeah.
you were wrong. And because of this, I think the maturity also sets in when they are younger.
Oh,
That they
yes.
can understand, like your son
yes,
could
yes.
understand,
Yeah.
your kids could understand. You'd be surprised if you have an adult conversation with them. They would rather see both parents happy
Yes.
than both parents miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was different because, okay, the other day, another friend of mine that said, hey, you dah 51 eh? You're married, right? I said, no, I'm a single mom. I'm forever single. Then it's like, why? You're 51, but you cannot find anyone. I say, well, it's not that I don't want. I say, maybe I'm fussy, but also 2 times, being, how should I say, in relationships that couldn't be, how would I say?
Nourish you, is it? Didn't
Well,
benefit
okay,
you?
so I'm going to tell you something which I know that
Confession.
perhaps a lot
Go
of
ahead.
other people
Yeah.
didn't know about. Okay, Jade's, my daughter's father, it was an affair. So I was the other woman. And a lot of time, people like to blame the other women because they are perempuan tu. Because of the perempuan tu, okay? But what's amazing is I got out of it. When I found out I was pregnant, I was like, you know what? This cannot continue.
Yeah, you could have just.
Because if this has continued, okay, he will leave anyway eventually. Because men
Yeah.
are like that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's, I'm in a separation. Oh, my wife is just my friend. We don't sleep together.
Yeah, that's
it's like
hard.
it's like a rule
The
book.
standard line.
No, it's
Yeah.
not a line, it's a book.
It's a drama
It's
lah,
a-
basically.
Ini macam
Memang
drama.
episode.
Drama minggu ni macam tu, you know, on top.
Yeah.
And the thing was, it wasn't like, okay.
It's a
us-
brave move,
yeah.
for you to actually just
Yeah,
like.
because usually if you, let's say, affair, you will go with someone rich, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tapi tak ada. Like at one point, like he was like, oh, if I left my marriage, I will only walk off with my laptop. And then in my mind, wait,
Selai sepinggang.
you know what's so funny? When he said
No
that,
thanks.
when he said that in my mind, my Chinese mind, because I'm so calculative, right? Because the abacus, the brain.
Doing the mental
When he
math.
said that,
Still do the tak.
even though, yeah, okay, everything was like okay, I was like, don't. Because if he leaves her, then the burden will be on you. Then I'm like, no lah. Why you want to leave her? Don't stay. I'm one of those that actually, kira-kira sekarang you're supposed to be the other woman. I'm like, no. Stay. You have the house. You have the orang gaji. She pays for medical bills. You stay aja lah. I was the only one. So I was so unmistressy or something like that. I don't know how you want to call it. Okay.
Yeah.
And up to today, if I see the wife, I will always give her a big hug, and we had a mutual adult understanding. You know.
Amazing.
And the last time she told to me was, I'm trying to remember. This was we met at a club. It was her birthday. I hugged her, and she says, "Thank you for being so gracious about everything." You know.
She's the gracious one.
She's the gracious one, but because like
Not that I'm not judging you in any way,
because like normally
it was a
when
very
you get
awkward
into
situation.
like this,
tarik rambut je.
tarik rambut. Itu drama Melayu.
Ya.
Aku punya, I would like to say maybe drama
Baling KFC.
Hollywood, Baling KFC ada. But I was done.
Wow.
Okay.
But I needed to come to realization, and I think because of my parents' marriage as well, I see that broken home as something
Correct.
which, this is how marriages are supposed to be. It's supposed to be broken.
Yeah.
And I have this tendency to pick broken men, which is an issue. Because if the men have no issues, aku tak suka. There must be something wrong.
You attract. You kind
I
of
also attract
You
people
like
who are
problematic
broken.
men
I
lah.
can fix.
I can fix.
No. It's like this.
Boleh super glue.
Didn't you see the red flags? I did.
I did. But I like the
I
red
thought it was a
flag.
circus.
Itu yang aku suka. If
But
you're normal,
that was when
that's
we were younger lah.
boring.
You know, I think we just
Yeah.
we can't escape the fact that we just want to attract.
Yeah.
You know, and
mean,
every time I
yeah.
see I buat persembahan nasib baik my mother was there.
Correct.
I could have always just been ngap by
Kan.
ngap by this whatever rambat kerobot lah, all the robots.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I think because of my mom's hardship.
She knows.
Yeah, and she didn't have to tell me, but she was there, and every time kalau ada all these function,
Correct.
sorry lah I have to leave. My mother is not feeling.
Yeah,
well.
use your mother. Use your mother as
Kalau
an
tak,
excuse.
dah lama kena ngap.
Habis
Dah
dah.
jadi burung dah dalam sana.
Right. Well, yeah. Also, I think
But is marriages still the thing?
Yeah.
Do women still want to get married? I mean, like,
I think
like in
That's a good
Japan.
question.
Okay.
Or do they want to have children as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
In Japan, there's an overflux of women who wants their career prioritized
Yeah.
rather than get married.
Yeah.
There is a whole population of aging women.
not just in Japan. I was about to ask that
God.
question as well.
Yeah.
Like, are we now putting self above an us or a we? You know what I mean? We're prioritizing self over having a partner because it's I guess more work lah. It has its pros and
Yeah.
cons. I mean, who wouldn't be?
yeah,
who
you've been
wouldn't
in a-
love
No, the
being in
satisfaction
a,
of being an independent
No,
woman.
I was gonna say, who wouldn't love being in
Yeah.
a loving, mutually
Yes.
respectful relationship? Everyone
Yeah,
wants that, but you're not
yeah.
gonna get that with everyone.
Yeah.
So I think at least I'm speaking for myself lah. I'm like sudah lah, enough.
Jangan bantal busuk je lah.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got my
Because-
cats.
Yeah, you've been through it.
I've been
you've
through
been
it.
through it,
I've
yeah.
You've been through
fresh
it.
out of it. Yeah.
You're fresh out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you can explain to other
can
women.
I say something?
Sure.
Do you want companionship? Is that probably what you want?
You know what? I've
or
been
just
offered,
like a touch and go?
Okay, I've
Macam
been
tu je.
offered companionship,
Right.
and
Yeah.
for me, it's like I just see too many problems
Clingy.
associated with
Dan
with
takut lah
this.
pula.
Are they
Yeah.
purple flags maybe?
Magenta,
Magenta.
burnt orange.
okay.
So it's like the person has to. You know what? Ultimately, yes, I do want
Companion.
Yeah.
companionship, and I want obviously
Yeah.
love,
Yeah.
but if it's,
I mean,
you
a
know,
soulmate
I'm not
doesn't
gonna-
have to be the person that you get married to.
Yeah, it's just
That's what I feel, and I've always believed.
Yeah,
but I'm
sometimes you're
lucky
lucky.
enough to
You're
find
lucky to find your
my
soulmate.
soulmate. Yeah,
And if that's your soulmate,
because I never believed in it. So pada dalam muka sebab tak percaya sangat, pow kena. So I
Yeah.
think for me it was like, I don't believe in love. Let me get married. What?
Dan
And
sekali-
then when I met Chris, he's already had 2 kids.
Yes.
Lagi I tengok macam, oh my God, dah ada 2 anak. But I embraced it well that I actually told him, let's take care of them. And he went, kau ni siapa? So it just, because I said, look, I know what's it like to be those girls, the 2 girls.
Yes, kan?
And I don't want them to not know you. So I was the mediator, orang tengah, who actually brought him and his ex together to talk again. And then aku pula pergi minta dia punya ex, nah sign sekarang. You nak bagi dia kahwin? Cerai je lah, because they were separated for 2 years. He said, WTF you doing? Dia katakan, I cakap, don't worry. Take me to wherever she is. I'll just ask woman to woman. I have the guts to actually sit down there and just talk to her and say, do you love him? No. I said, what do you want? She said, I just want some security. Security I will give you. What are you so afraid of? Because you're so famous and popular. What if? I said, look, I want him to be a good father. By the end of the day, if we have children, masa tu I memang tak nak lah. We were not thinking of. I said, I can guarantee you, and it's important for a woman to
To
actually have
talk to the other woman.
eye to eye and actually tell that woman, look, I might be because you don't love him anymore. Let him go lah. But you want a guarantee? I will guarantee you that he will be a good father. Until today, he's still responsible.
It's
Which is
yeah.
penyelamat juga lah, you know. So I guess you help. I realized that I've come to realize that, oh, okay, I don't want to repeat the same thing that my father did to my mom. So, and I don't want to the girls to feel like how I felt when I had a stepmother.
Betul.
Macam tu. So I was like, this was all like a lot of conversations. When I met him, he was so fragile. Aku lah pakai seluar. I'm like, stop crying. Oh, you're such a blessing. He was not like this today. And I just said, look, if you want to marry me, you just separated 2 years. You have to get out of the relationship and really, really be null and void.
Right.
Betul-betul divorce. Sebab aku ni Baizura tau, I cakap. Habis kita scandal. So when we actually got together, it was so beautiful that nobody actually picked it up.
Could it also be because of your kind of insist? This is what I mean. Like even
Yeah.
like I had this discussion
Yeah.
with baby daddy's wife. You know,
Yeah.
in fact, they came together and like,
Yeah.
okay, we know there's a child there.
Yeah.
She's 5 years old, and
When you can talk.
yeah,
And communicate.
and she honestly, she's an amazing woman, and you talk. I think what
Yeah.
works is women to women. You
Yes.
cannot let the men already make the
Cannot.
mistake.
I mean,
Diorang
men
dah buat
are always
mistake, tak
from
boleh.
Mars kan. Dia takkan tahu.
It's
Takkan
women to
understand.
women. I think if
Yeah.
you want something, and you're like, okay, I need to
Yeah.
do this. I need to do this right. Instead of pulling hair,
Exactly.
let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how Chris respected me more, thinking this woman is not
So
even married to
different.
me yet, and yet she went all the way there to pergi ke Australia, minta my ex sign now. I said, yeah, I came back with the papers, and he went, what did you do? I got lah, you know, because I just
Right.
don't want to be like my mother, and I like nanti macam, and I don't want her to feel like she's insecure
Yeah.
with the fact that if you tak cinta, let it go, but you
Yeah.
want to make sure that the children are
Yeah,
safe.
safe.
Yeah, and I
The
said
children are taken
he will,
care of.
and now they're 22, 21. Dah, you know, it's like at least he's done his part, and he's already
Duty.
set. Yeah,
Done his
he's
duty.
set them.
All right. When we come back, we're going to discuss dating in this modern world.
Ugh.
Is digital the only way to go? We'll ask
Apps, is it?
We'll ask Joanne because she's
She's the pro.
the pro here.
Professional.
I only started early. That's why.
All right. All right. And we're back. This is the WOW Show, Women on Women, and we're talking about relationships and how long they're lasting in this day and age. Not very long for some of us. But that's the thing. I mean,
Yep.
you've been single for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm
Happily
51.
single. Happily single or yearningly single?
I think a bit of both at the
difference.
moment.
Yeah? Okay, so
Is it because you're turning 51? Allah.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, but I mean, is it difficult meeting I guess single and
Habis
available?
keluar, you see?
Itulah
Yeah.
cakap je tadi.
My earring knew it.
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
He's
It
coming.
knows.
He is going to come.
Okay, I
Go
hope
and
so. Okay, so your question was?
I mean, is it easy in this day and age to
No,
meet
it's
men
not.
organically and not online?
No.
Intimidated tak by
Yeah.
you?
Most of them are. Because as much as you are Ning by
Yeah,
Zura,
dia
I'm
tengok-
also Joy
Yeah.
Kampopo. You know, and also you need to be able to have the facility to actually invite people back. And for single moms, the facility is not there.
Okay.
Okay.
You're just talking about one aspect of dating.
One aspect.
Let's talk
but-
about getting to know someone. Really
Yeah.
getting to
Okay.
know someone.
Uh,
Developing romantic feelings,
Oh my
dulu,
God.
before you like drag them by the hair
Oh
home.
my
or-
God.
Tak apa, next year ada chance. You
Yeah, I'm
have the
trying to
whole
think
house
about
to yourself.
So yeah, next year, you know, she's right inside. For me, it's there are times when like I'm always on the app,
Okay.
but there are times where I'm like malas.
Kau workaholic.
Nah,
I
aku
think you
malas.
workaholic lah.
And then when you're working,
Yeah.
you ghost them for 3 weeks, and then after that you come back
And
and,
they're not
gone.
interested. Okay. All right. I
Ah.
mean, Ning, I guess you've been off the market now for a number
Hey,
of years.
I am still mom. I'd like to follow, okay?
You like to follow. Do you
I
think?
get more attention now because they think it's safer.
Oh.
Because you have
Sebab dia orang ingat I cougar
married.
lah. So all the younger men are like, okay. I'm like, this era is different now.
Surprisingly, it's all the younger men, and I'm trying to
They
get.
like the MILFs. Mom, I
Ah.
like to follow.
Yeah. I'm trying to get men my age.
Right.
But unfortunately, all men my age are married.
Okay.
So I do not want to go back into that.
So you
Right.
can always be a share.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm very good at this.
Here I am trying to get like
share.
solid advice, and you're just joking and.
No, it's not true.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going to meet men 51 and above?
Not in
I don't
Malaysia.
know.
lah.
In
Then-
dormitories?
Good one.
Actually, now that you mention it, Domitis Bangsar is redefining senior living with energy and style.
Okay, it's only this year that I've gone on dates with men older than me. Usually the boys
Right.
are all
Yeah.
very young. And I realized with
Cougar lah
the... Ya, aku memang cougarnya. Sebelum you nyaw, aku dah cougar, kan? Yeah, and I realized the difference.
Right.
Okay, in the connection
Right.
and what we have in common is very different.
Security and all that. Right.
Security, because
Yeah.
you know what? They're done with their
Yeah.
marriages, they're
Tak
divorced,
apalah, you just
they have
ask
children.
them to name you
Yeah.
in the will. The will after that, apa-apa jadi kat dia, you dapat lah.
Okay. No, I've been on the apps. I'm not
Oh,
that
gosh.
impressed. And the same
There's
person, the
nothing
same
here.
people
Hey,
are
but
on
nothing.
different
I
apps.
do
They're
have
on
friends.
every app.
I've given up.
I do have friends that's like just got married just from like connecting through apps.
That's bizarre because
I
I find
know.
nobody that's not
I
to
have
say
like
my
two couples
level,
that I
like
know.
diva. and all, no.
Maybe you have to
They
put
were
the
on the
age
app.
range, the range of the age group.
For
Yeah.
some it might work, but it's very
No.
hardly nowadays.
I can't do it. I just can't. I'm just hoping because number one, I don't even like going out.
Yep.
And I don't like going to events, even though I'm invited to event every other night
Kan
this,
penat.
I have to
during
go
the week.
because I have to show
But
face.
that is
Not
where
I like going.
that is where you meet new people. But the thing is, I'm
Can
just
you
so
meet them?
lazy.
No,
What
cannot.
have you been going to events? Have you met anyone?
So I think for you
I
is
have.
kita kena cari.
Tak,
Untuk
dia
you
dah
pun.
ada, dia
No,
dah ada
I'm
dah.
hoping
recommend.
the universe will, bring me a single and available
On-
and,
on a
my
horse?
level. I have a list, but yeah, it'll suddenly just show up.
Hey, put it out
while
there.
I sit
Yeah.
at home, drink my tea, and pet
Yeah.
my cat.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
He's
like
gonna
this
come
point.
on a horse for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we
A
like
night of shining
can,
armor.
can we do it like how the food delivery is? Ada tak? Ada jantan?
Ada tak?
Ada
Oh, I have a-
jantan delivery.
I have a funny
We
story
should-
about
we
a food
should do a
delivery
food
guy. But
Oh, you have a
I'll
food
tell-
delivery guy too?
I'll tell you off
That's
air.
another time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as much as I'm like talk dirty on stage And you dah
Kau cakap je.
kahwin.
Kau cakap je.
Aku cakap je. Burger King semua yang paling
KFC. Steak
paling
now, steak.
traction tu ni it's always the quiet one.
Exactly.
She has a book,
No, actually, I don't blame her if she's got her list because she's already gone
I have a
through it.
list. I have my
dah.
standards.
I think every woman has got that.
Yeah.
I mean, even in a marriage right now, we fight. Okay, so we
Yeah.
fight about. Sometimes I say things to women, kind. What do you want from me? And it's just like, do you want me to be this person that I am right now, and I can be better, and we question each other because we fight and we talk about stupid. Most of the time, it's about the stress at home. That's what we fight about.
Yeah.
But we found a balance. Kalau tak, I will be like, so what do you want? I'm working. I mean, Chris he's, Chris, like Ning is Ning. So he has accepted me. He doesn't like to go to events with me. So what? I like it that way because, and people talk, who cares? Just because my husband is not there, it's because my husband wants to stay home. He wants to watch his cricket, his soccer, his football, his tennis, and then he knows that my mom is there. So that is sweeter than, it's like we balance
Correct.
each other out. And I don't have to explain to people,
Yeah.
oh dia dah single. Suka hati aku lah nak keluar dengan kawan-kawan dan aku dekat events kan.
Actually,
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah.
More
and
fun.
they have more
Because
energy.
my husband is boring juga.
Yeah.
If he goes with you, then
Proper. He only comes out with me like once a
and
year.
and then everybody want to take picture with you. Bukan
Tak lah.
nak take picture
Mak
dengan dia.
Saleh.
Lain tu.
So I think ultimately, right? I mean, if we can bring it back to like why marriages are not lasting, there are, I guess, so many reasons why they're not lasting. But you don't have to be miserable if they don't
Yes.
last.
Choices, people.
Yes,
We have
I mean,
choices now.
divorce is
forget
not the
that.
end of the world.
No, it's
really,
not.
it's not. In
Yeah.
fact, it can be a new chapter to a whole
But you said
new
something really strong.
life.
It's the move. It's the brave
Yes.
move. When are you going to step forward? That is a sign that you have to. It's something that you have to do yourself.
Yeah.
It's the first step.
Okay.
You have to take care of yourself first.
Yalah.
Yeah.
Kalau cantik sangat pun, tak ada lelaki pun tak guna.
That's why I'm going to Yellowstone in that dude ranch.
The ranch.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, looks like it's a wrap. This has been
The
Wow Show.
Oh.